Okay. I'm Irish. I've always been kind of fascinated with Irish history because it's this big, long clusterfuck of like crazy epic things. It just goes fight, tragedy, and so on. But no one knows or cares about it except for the Irish because it doesn't affect anybody outside of Ireland. It's all very self-contained, very small. But a weird thing about being Irish is that, well, there are a lot of ethnic groups and nationalities that people are very protective of, and they don't want to make fun of for good reason because they've had really bad shit happen. They've had a hard history, and the Irish are not that. No one gives a shit. If you're shitting on Irish people, not only will no one stop you, but they'll probably join you because it's easy and it's fun. And I think the reason for that is probably it's not because we haven't had a tough time, because we've had a lot of bad shit happen to us. It's just that every bad thing that's happened to us is totally our fault. 100%. I'll give you an example. The biggest thing that happened to the Irish in their history was the potato famine. And for those of you who don't know, that was one time we didn't have enough potatoes, and it fucked us. That was it. We had to pack up and move. It was really bad. And that's sad. It is. It's a really tragic thing to happen to an entire country. But no one held a gun to our heads for hundreds of years and was like, you gotta only rely on one crop forever. That was us. We did that. It was a stupid thing. We decided to put the future of our people on this vegetable, and it stopped growing, and we were like, oh my god, what now? Nothing. Move to America, you can be cops or something. Yeah, I'm not an empathetic guy. I was walking down Academic Row the other day, or last week. The time doesn't matter, I'm making most of this up. So I'm walking down Academic Row, and since it's really early and we go to a glorified high school, there's no one around. Me and these two guys way down at the other end, and we're walking, they're coming towards me. And I got nothing else to look at, so I take a look at the two guys, examine the situation, make sure everything's good. One of them is, he looks totally fine, just a nice gentleman out for a stroll with his buddy. His friend looked dumb. He looked like a dumb guy, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that if you're gonna keep it to yourself. He looked aggressively stupid is the best way I could think to describe it. But he was like angry. It was like jaw out, and he's walking around like, He doesn't look like he knows where he is. He looks like he's inviting challengers. And I would normally, that's not, I would normally let that go, but he's the only thing I'm looking at for the next 2 minutes. So I keep looking at him as I'm walking closer. And I start wondering, like, I want to know where this guy came from. I want to know what his whole deal is. I want to know who did that to him. I want to know what happened to him that this is how he presents himself to the world. And as we keep, getting closer to each other, I start getting a little more angry, and the thoughts get a little meaner, and I'm like, fuck this guy. I don't like him. You piece of shit. You don't get to go about like this. It's a bad way to be. And as we get like right up next to each other in the middle of the walk, and he and his friend are right next to me, and I'm thinking in my head, like, maybe I should just kill this guy for the benefit of not just society, but for him. Because that's not a way to live. As I'm thinking these fun things, his buddy, who has not said a word this entire time, turns to him and very articulately says, man, I can't believe how long you've been concussed. The moral of that story is that everyone's got their own shit going on, and sometimes mercy killings are not as well thought out as you may think. Might believe them to be. All right, thank you guys.